This show is strictly for entertainment purposes. We are not financial advisors. Please always gamble responsibly. Welcome to another episode of Spread Detectives
Super Bowl
edition, a podcast where we break down and give predictions on sports ranging from the MLB, the NBA, and the NFL, all the way to the monster truck rallies. And today, we're going to go over the Super Bowl, the most exciting game of the year, also the most bet-on event in the world. I think there's $1.3 billion projected to be gambled this year. I like my piece of the pie on that
So it's
one.
more than last year, probably?
It's more than last year, $1.3 billion. To my right over here, I'm your host, Nick. To my right, we got Moneyline Marshall on TikTok. We got Drake, Double Down Drake on Instagram. And let's jump right into it, man. I'm excited to see this game. We got two good teams playing each other.
Great teams.
I know the narrative right now is people don't really want to see this game. I don't get that at all. I've been hyped. I'm ready to go. Hank, let's see what you got to say about this game.
So for this game coming up, boys, I just want to go and kind of dive in a little bit about how bad I've been doing in the playoffs. And I'm down 40.5 units. Went down about 30.5 Super Wild Card weekend. Went 0-6 on Super Wild Card. Kind of broke a little bit. Got a little bit of money back somehow, but the conference championship games absolutely torched me. Yeah. So coming into this game, I'm going to have to take advantage of the props that I got coming in. I have to take advantage of the spread and the money line that I'm going to be taking here. You'll hear it in a little bit. And the thing is about this game is it's Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes. So let's dive into a little bit of that narrative.
I mean, there's 22 people on the field.
Yeah, I was gonna say I less agree. I think with KC it more plays into like you could say KC, like you could use Purdy versus Mahomes, but I don't think you could say Purdy versus Mahomes. I'm not really making too much sense, but like I think he's a game manager per se, right? Like you can't.
Even Fred Warner said it. He was like, "Oh, shout out to the game manager."
But, yeah.
So it's like if you remove McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk, and you put in lesser names, or I wouldn't say lesser, but just not as
superstars.
good. Yeah, not superstars.
Yeah.
Then I just think it removes, like with Patrick Mahomes, even though there is Kelsey, but he's an old fart out there. He's getting up there in age. Other than that, who are we really talking about? Like Pacheco is obviously a dog, but I don't think he's necessarily all-star material or Pro Bowl material, if we want to call it that. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling there, but what I'm saying is Purdy isn't Patrick Mahomes.
So
they're playing great.
Yeah, and that was kind of leading into the point that I was coming into. So if you look at the two games that the 49ers played, they played a really, really hot Green Bay Packers team.
Oh, yeah.
With a defense that actually came into their own, because I faded Green Bay earlier in the season, and that defense got torched. They got torched by Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had a 158 passer rating against them. Yeah. And then
Bryce Young put up 30.
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to let Bryce Young put up 30?
In like week 15 or 16. Yeah.
I'm going to stand on it. Bryce Young is not a bad quarterback. Just a rough year for him. And a rough
team.
Let's talk about.
I'm sorry, the Panthers put 30 on him.
Yeah, look. I mean, if you go to the Carolinas in professional sports, good riddance, buddy. It's done for you. That's what it's looking like lately, because Panthers, Hornets, it's all a mess. But
hey, shout out LaMelo, though. But
remember when the Bobcats were a thing?
So going back to my take, thanks for interrupting me. But the thing,
yeah, you're right. I got a lot of people telling me that guy on the left sucks at gambling. So yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I am on the left, but I'm coming to the right this fucking podcast, because I'm gonna be completely riding on this Kansas City defense. They've put up a show. Yeah. I mean,
pause the riding thing. Go ahead.
Sorry, like fifth pause this podcast. But with this Kansas City defense, the way they played in both games, they got a little rattled against Buffalo. Josh Allen was kind of having his way, and then that second half against the Bills, just complete night and day from the first half. And then they locked down the MVP Lamar Jackson, held him to 10 points.
Yep.
Well, I think statistically KC has like top 3 best second half defenses. It's like second.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Like they're a great defense, but something about that locker room speech really kicks them into gear, and they get shit figured out in the second half.
And it was funny too, because this year they had a horrible offense in the second half. Yet they're still winning the games because the defense played great too.
Shout out Rice, man. He stepped the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's wide receiver 1 by a mile.
He stepped up. But last, their conference championship, we can't run from it. Kelsey, 11 targets, 11 catches. Like that's
insane.
perfection.
Yeah.
It's literal perfection. So.
Yeah.
So they had a really good game plan going into that game. But going back to the Super Bowl, and then what I'm really loving in this kind of matchup is Brock Purdy had to come back both times in his little playoff run. The Lions should have definitely came through on that one. I mean, being up 17 at halftime, that's Dan Campbell and all that.
Yeah.
But I could just see Mahomes getting a really good lead here, like maybe like a 10 to 13-point lead. And it's going to be night and day of what he came back against Green Bay and came back against Detroit. So for this game, this is going to be a very, very, very close game. And I could see the 49ers defense holding their own because also Kansas City lost a lot of games when they dropped the ball a lot. And I could see a couple drops having the nerves because Rice is still a rookie. He's still going to have those kind of nerves moments. You're in the big stage. You're in freaking Vegas.
Yeah.
It's the hugest stage. It's the biggest stage of the year. And so I could see the drops kind of playing an effect. And also Kadarius Toney is active, which is helping out the 49ers so much.
100%.
I hate that guy. Shout out to week 1. But going back and looking at this game, I just think that Patrick Mahomes and the narrative about everything, whether it's Taylor Swift, whether it's Travis Kelce, whether it's, kind of we're seeing the new Brady in our eyes, I cannot fade anything that comes Patrick Mahomes' way. I'm going to be taking the Kansas City Chiefs money line. Right now on FanDuel and DraftKings, it's -2.5, so the spread is actually going up. The original line came out 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to be putting 20.5 units down on the Kansas City Chiefs money line, and I'm going to obviously put at least 10.5 units down on my props. I have a really, really good props that I'm very, very confident in, but it's all fun and games that, we're kind of laughing. Oh, Marshall's losing a lot of money. My bankroll is looking low, boys. So I have to come up with a very, very good bet.
Yeah,
and
you're close to having to drop the Cash App right below on the fucking screen.
So, yeah, it's all fun and games when you're doing this, but when you're down this many units, it starts to become a little bit depressing. And obviously,
y'all lucky y'all don't have to hang out with them.
You should see me when I lose these bets. It's all fun and games on the podcast, but I am sick.
Not a good time.
We're gonna be putting 20.5 units down on the Kansas City Chiefs money line, and I'm gonna rock with my props. We're gonna get into props in here in a little bit, and
it's the Super Bowl. I'm irresponsible. I'm gonna be taking some fun bets. But.
Oh yeah, you still can have fun, but
you gotta mess around.
The biggest thing for me is I'm down so many units, so I have to get something back and then have a successful NBA season on the second half after the All-Star break. So
you're rocking Chiefs money line. Okay, good to know. What about you?
As you can tell, we're both in Hawks gear, but I gave it to you.
A-Town down, baby.
You should already know where I'm at. I got the colors on for it. I'm on the Chiefs. I'll take the points. I'm not gonna get too greedy on the plus money because honestly, I'm gonna actually take that back. I'll split it half and half. I will be splitting what I put on the game half and half money line spread because I'm obviously on the Chiefs. I'm on them heavy. I'm right on top of them, but.
Pause.
But it'd be silly not to just take the points. What was it?
It's sitting at 2.5 right now.
The Rams-Bengals game, what was that, 2020 or 2021?
21.
It was 4.
21.
It was 4.
I was on the wrong side of this. He took the spread.
Oh, you took a money
line?
line?
And I took a money line.
Oh, yeah.
And while everyone's cheering, I walked out that's a story for another time. I walked out the back of the bar and chaos ensued. But I'm on KC. Yeah, as simple as it needs to be put.
Yeah.
I'm on KC with the points. It's going half and half.
Yeah.
Money line. It's just one. I faded him last week. I was on the Ravens, and faded him is a stretch because.
It was a team. Yeah.
The defense, the KC defense, is what I think got them through last week's game.
100%.
So I'm just as simply put as it can be. I've said that like twice already, but I'm gonna take the points. And there's not really analytics can go in the trash. The paper shredder. I don't need them. I'm just there's no narratives. We're literally. This is the equivalent of guys in the early 2000s, mid 2000, like 2010 area, trying to predict the day that Tom Brady's going to slip up. I'm not looking for it to come this week.
We're on the same page on this one, which might be a little bit bad for you.
You guys are.
I think
you're on the same page.
You're so due that it's crazy. I think
I'm due. I think I'm fucking due.
I don't feel swayed.
But he picked the Chiefs last week against the Ravens with me, and it won. or you're not last week, but 2 weeks ago. So you had your hit. So I think you're done, and I think you guys are both wrong. I could see the Chiefs covering. I don't necessarily hate taking them plus 2.5, plus 3, but I definitely think San Francisco wins this game for sure.
Absolute square.
Definitely just told me everything I need to know. You just cursed yourself, bro. You said definitely wins this game.
I do.
Guys, this podcast is not financial advice
It's
by
not.
any means.
No.
But he just said definitely. He just cursed himself.
Nah.
Chiefs.
No. I think San Francisco is going to take this one home for sure. Mahomes is 10-1 as an underdog, and they made him an underdog again for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think people kind of caught on to it, so everyone's like, they give him points again, let's take it. And I by no means, though, I think that San Francisco blows them out of the water like Tampa did 3 years ago.
No, this is going to be
a good
wonderful
game.
game.
Which is why I wouldn't take a minus 2.5, because if they win by 1 or 2 at the last second, I'd be sick.
I think
you would be. So
I think what everyone was
line.
asking for, like, I think this would, in the last 4 teams involved, everyone wanted a little bit different than what we're getting in this Super Bowl. But realistically, if you break it down which ways it could have went, this will be the best football game. If you love football, this will be the best football game. These are the 2 best teams.
It's the 2 best teams.
Yeah, there's no argument there.
I agree.
So, I'm not mad at it. I would have wanted it another way. But now that we're here, I'm not
Both
angry.
teams have a bunch of people who have been here before. Obviously, the Chiefs were here last year, but San Francisco was almost here last year with basically the same team.
And honestly,
3 years
probably
ago, they
should
were
have
in
made it last year.
Oh, yeah. I still think if Brock Purdy.
Who they have
everyone
behind the
doesn't get
snap after Purdy was out?
It was Josh Johnson,
For
and then
one
he got
play.
hurt.
One play.
And then Christian McCaffrey ended up taking snaps.
Yeah.
He went
that
0
was
for
a rough
1.
football game to watch.
Yeah, that was tough. And I just kept
I
thinking,
had
this
Niners
is the
plus
drive.
I
on the
think I
plus
was on
money.
the Niners too as well,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, we have no shot here. They're one-dimensional as ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's run or nothing.
I was thinking that McCaffrey breaks this, we got a shot to come back, though.
He should have just started throwing the rock.
I agree. They only threw it like 3 or 4 times in the second half.
You got
Like, you
nothing to
might as
lose.
well throw it.
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird game plan to me, but I guess at that point they had given up. But yeah, so I definitely like that. I definitely like to be a low scoring game as well. I think 47.5.
I do have underwritten.
I like the under big time in this.
I'm all over the over.
I think because the reason why I'm playing into the under, why I agree with him on the under, is because I think there's going to be electric plays. I think there's going to be big plays that are exciting. But both of these defenses are someone who can really hunker down. They get one big play busted on them, I will be shocked to see that drive continue, because it's just that these defenses are real deal. So, like, they get a 40-yard chunk. They're on the 25. They go for 40. I don't see that drive ending in a touchdown. That is a 3
There's a
or
big chance.
Because also another thing is, like, everyone's thinking like, oh, they're gonna at least get 3, if not 7. But then you got to keep in consideration of the defense knocking people out of field goal range. Like, I think if I was gonna take the over, this number would have to be north of 50. For it to be at 47.5, 48.
Makes you like the under.
Not even only just the number there, but what I'm looking at as a game, I think we're seeing a similar game, just opposite teams winning.
Yeah.
I do agree with what you're saying, and then I'm honestly going to 1,000% disagree with you on this one. Because I think with this game coming, they're going to be big plays. They're going to be electric plays, like electrifying moments that, game decision, game-defining moments. And I think when it came down to the last game when the Chiefs played the Ravens, it was looking at the over's going to hit no matter what. I mean, it was, 14-7 going into the second quarter. And I think the 49ers can put the ball in the end zone, and also the Kansas City Chiefs can put the ball in the end zone. And I think with this game, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to take the over on this one on plus money. I'm going to buy up to 50 because I think this game could easily get out of hand for both defenses, where Brock Purdy is going to be delivering to Deebo Samuel and all that. Maybe they get 20, 21 points in the first half. But Kansas City's going to be able to answer every single thing they have because they have freaking Mahomes.
But the thing is, they're going to try to – it's just like the reason I liked the under in the Baltimore-Kansas City game is both offenses are going to try to control the ball. So they're going to run a lot. They're going to run a lot of clock. They're not going to be trying to score in 2 plays. If it happens, great. But that's not going to be their motive. They're going to try and control the clock and have long 10, 12-minute drives.
I think that's just dumb.
What do you mean?
This is a
dumb,
Super
like,
Bowl
for me
game.
to say or for the teams to do?
I'm sorry to this podcast. You have to hear this fucking ridiculous take that he just said.
I think where Hank thinks this is going, your prediction would, as far as the under-over, would be correct in Week 8. but this is
Yeah,
the
it's
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
There's moments.
That means offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders.
No, that means
because a lot of 'em-
just like playoff basketball. I mean, and playoff football. All like, bro, it's the playoffs. This is the Super Bowl. There is going to be no leeway. Like, this is going to be. These are two great defenses. I just don't as great.
It was two great defenses last year.
But what was my the last 2 weeks? I said these two quarterbacks I simply cannot take the under because of the firepower that they hold. But this week, the Chiefs have been undervalued as a defense for the majority of the year, if not all year.
Yeah.
And the Niners,
Top 5.
I think top 5, but they let that get to their heads a little bit and kind of fell off the slope a little bit for a few weeks. It's the Super Bowl.
Jared Goff was dicing that defense. What do you think what Patrick Mahomes is going to do?
Yeah, in the first half. And
I mean, but that's also debatable that the Lions have a better receiving core than the Chiefs.
I 100% agree with that. But I just think with this game coming in, it's going to be a shootout early, and then I can get my over points right there in the first half. In the second half, defense started to dial in. People start taking more field goals and all that.
Look, you buy over 50.
So I'm buying 3.5 points or 2.5.
You get 28 points in the first half. I say you get.
I'm sitting there
13
golden
in the second if you get that. That's just. Yeah. I mean, it's a yes or no question at the end of the day. So
I have my final score prediction. I'm going to be taking.
Oh, you're going to predict the whole outright score.
Yeah, okay. And then it's going to be Kansas City Chiefs 34, 49ers 28.
Way too high.
Way too high.
For no field goals is square.
I'm taking KC to take 2 field goals or 3 actually.
I think 23-21 49ers.
I like what's
God,
that
this
thing
guy
on
came
Twitter?
in thinking out of his mind.
What's that thing on Twitter they do? Scoregami. I see potential for a scoregami. Like, I could see this being a low-scoring, weird game. Like, we could see a 16, a fucking 19, something.
You guys we definitely disagree on this over/under. I mean, I think this is going to be a high-powered offenses going against each other.
Well, yeah, let's just agree to disagree and continue on.
Fuck that.
I mean, I've liked the under.
Hey, someone get the
for
clown
a long
nose.
Time.
Yeah, we did leave the clown nose out because we didn't want to bet on the Pro Bowl games. I will say that.
Well, our last episode, it wasn't any picks. It was predictions and NBA talk. There was no reason.
And I want to say this: ever since I took the Lakers to win the NBA Finals,
they haven't lost.
They have not lost, and they're beating great teams. They went on the road on almost 18.5 points, and Austin Reeves dropped 32. Willie Hachimura dropped 25.
And you know what the irony is? Against my pick, the Celtics, with no LeBron or AD, beat them. So
you better stay tuned. That line's going to continue to drop. I bet you right now it's probably down to like 2,700.
Let me go ahead and double down on my Knicks though. Jalen Brunson is something serious.
He is balling.
Lakers just beat him at home. I mean, so
right, whatever. Let's get back to the football because I might move this mic and kick someone's ass.
Let's go to a crazy prop real quick. So let's go to the Gatorade.
Are we going like fun props?
It's a fun one. Yeah, let's go to a fun crazy.
I got some of those.
So let's go to the Gatorade because I know we all got something for that.
He doesn't. Square.
No, you did. He said he had a color. So let's hear your color and your reasoning.
So I'm gonna go with blue for the Gatorade color.
That is plus 350.
Plus
right
350.
Oh, you got them all written down.
It's actually plus 375 on DraftKings as well. And
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Find the best odds you can find and take them. We're not here to fucking.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't listen to me either when I'm down 40.5 units.
Having a pissing contest over Gatorade
you feel
odds.
good? Like, what the hell is that? So why blue, though?
So, you remember when they beat the first Super Bowl they won, when they played the 49ers, it was back in 2019?
It was blue.
It was 2020. It was blue. It was the same team Gatorade. I mean, it's the Kansas City Chiefs again. And
they were purple last year. And
yeah,
it was the
dude.
Chiefs.
Come on.
God, that was horrible. All right, so it's not going to be blue.
They got Vegas odds. Yeah, dude. Loser, dude.
That was terrible.
Look.
You know
basically,
are you guys fucking kidding me? You know what? I'm going to be putting 1.5 unit down on blue plus 400.
You had to add that half.
I'm going to get my half back right
here.
here.
That half shit is driving me crazy, bro. Drop a unit or two, not 1.5. Yeah.
So what are you thinking? What color?
Okay, so hear me out, guys.
Oh, God.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's going to be fucking purple, blue, this, that, and a third. Has anyone heard of good old-fashioned hydration?
No, he's taking the green like a square.
Green?
No, he's taking water. God,
Clear
bro.
or water
You
at
are
plus 800.
dumb.
Green. Where'd you get
Green.
green?
The
on
lemon,
that?
the lemon lime. That's the most popular Gatorade
Hy-
color.
He
ever.
said-
Water is the best form of hydration.
Have you ever
They're
seen
not
a
gonna
water boy?
dump water on him.
It's happened.
When?
I think like Super Bowl 41. It's happened a couple times.
17 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
so what?
It's
we're
due.
in a
It's
new
it's
age.
due.
Now,
what-
you want to talk
look,
about
look,
dew? Let me get to mine.
Clear/water plus 800 is what I saw.
I've got it at 1,000.
Okay, plus 1,000.
Yeah.
Take it at the best you
That's
can
the
get it.
dumbest bet. It's going to be a color. Everyone.
No. Let me give you one. Since Super Bowl 35, there's purple, green, yellow, orange, blue, red, clear, and nothing. Right? Nothing is hit like 7 times.
Oh, so
Believe
they've
it or not.
had no
They've had
dump.
nothing. Yeah, it
But
doesn't
Andy
happen.
Reid gets his shit dumped on him. He's been in a few Super Bowls.
For sure, and it's always happened with him. But since Super Bowl 35, there hasn't been a single time that red was poured. Both these teams are red.
And they're in red.
It's sitting at
It
plus
wouldn't-
350.
Ooh.
If you guys like the Chiefs, Taylor Swift has an album titled Red. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, you
So,
just went deep there.
I'm-
That's thin.
It is, but hey, I'm
bullshit.
just
It's going to be
saying.
blue.
Nah, it's gonna be red for sure. Plus 350.
Why blue, dude? That just throws all. Yeah,
Yeah.
clear
We're-
or red.
We're all going to be watching the Super Bowl together, and then
It's
after
gonna
the Super
end,
Bowl,
and we're all gonna be like, hold up, this shit is not over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're working towards live streaming this so you guys could see what actually goes on behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
I'm
because-
actually going to take back that 1.5. 1.5 units is a little high for the Gatorade. I'm going to be putting 0.5 units down on the blue.
Yeah, don't.
Because you're so pissed off about this half unit, so I'm just going to lose it outright on the Gatorade color or win it, and then we got some action.
Yeah, just don't put a bunch of money. Like, don't put that much money on
It's
a
fun,
fun
though.
prop. No, you should have
Yeah.
anywhere from 1 to 2 units. Because for me, I have 8 fun props. So I'll
Well, I have 10.5 units that I could play with. Because I'm putting 20.5 down, and
Yeah,
if I
but
lose,
how
if I
many
lose,
units
if
are
I
you
lose
really-
every single prop, I'm still up 10.5
So how
units
many-
going into the NBA season with 30.5 units.
So shout out to Reba McEntire. How many units? Like, come on, there's 10.5 units. You got 20.5. Your half shit's pissing me off, but 20 on the Super Bowl. You got 10 here. Realistically, I think you should shift to 25 on the Super Bowl and then have 5 for props because, like, for these, like, I'm talking like 0.25 units on each. Like, I'm not-
What I have coming on is really, really good. I mean, I found a prop that you for plus money, absolutely going to hit no matter what.
And this is why you fade it because
Yeah.
when people like this think it's free money, it's obviously he's just an idiot.
So what is that prop?
So you can get if you say no on this, it's plus 120 on DraftKings. I think it's like
Which I think he's reading this wrong, but we'll figure. it out.
so. Any team to score 3 unanswered times is plus money for the no. I don't think
I
any
don't- that
team.
doesn't make sense
I don't
to me,
think
though.
any team in this game is going to score 3 unanswered points with these high-powered offenses. I mean, 3
But I
unanswered.
just don't understand why it's not even. Like, it's not that much higher than even, but it's just so
Yeah.
weird to me why it says plus 120
3 is
for
a lot.
3. Exactly. 2 unanswered scores is different. But 3 unanswered scores, that means either one of them has to score 3 times without the other team scoring.
That's crazy that it's plus money. Like in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't get it. We
So
we
I'm
both
putting
looked at it.
so
I
I'm
didn't
putting
understand
2
it.
units down on that, let alone on plus money. So if you guys ever want to listen to anything that I'm talking about on here,
Say
take
yes.
that.
Which I do like that. I just, for something about me is saying I read it wrong. Like, I'm reading it
Yeah, it
wrong.
doesn't-
Because
No,
why is that?
I know
mean,
when I'm betting, and it's
yeah.
gonna be. I see where they're coming from because you look field goal, you get a stop, field goal, get a stop, touchdown, bam, that's 3 unanswered possessions right there. But I just don't see these offenses not being able to like keep control and like keep the momentum on their side. It's gonna be a momentum based game to where maybe a sack comes
It's
through.
neutral field, though.
Yeah, but it's the Super Bowl. It's gonna be split even basically on
How
the
do you
fan
feel
base.
about that, Nick? As far as momentum, like
I mean-
it's neutral field, like it's Vegas.
And it's gonna be all celebrities. No one's even
A
watching
lot
the
of
game.
celebrities, yeah, exactly. It's,
Like I remember Joe Burrow said he didn't even like playing in the Super Bowl that much because it was just like a who's who party.
There's a
Like, people weren't
popularity
even-
contest,
people
it's
weren't-
like the
people weren't even
football
paying
Grammys,
attention.
like
Yeah,
And this is gonna be the biggest
So-
Super Bowl ever.
because it's
In what way?
in a
'Cause
sense,
it's the first
not
Super
a
Bowl
football-
in Vegas.
not the
Yeah.
biggest football
No.
Super Bowl ever. It's like the most
biggest event.
entertainment, like.
Yeah.
And the biggest betting Super Bowl ever. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
but
know
that-
the lines
but
on
that's
that,
gonna-
but I'm sure it's
that's
gonna be the most money that people have ever put
I
down.
think
No, but
every
a
year it
year,
gets
yeah, I was
bigger.
gonna say,
Just
but
with
next year
inflation
we're
and
gonna be
shit.
talking about. It's just gambling is becoming more prevalent in
Exactly.
sports, so it's just gonna
Yeah.
happen.
And then we have this Taylor Swift narrative coming in to where that's. I was reading an article I think maybe like a week ago to where Taylor Swift has made the NFL over $350 million.
Yeah, so you
Really?
do have to play
Yeah.
into how much like she has been
Why
a
the
part
fuck do you
of
think
like
the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl?
like as far as marketing, because it's a good like it. I truthfully think they're in a real relationship. People are like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just fake and whatnot.
No,
I think it's real, and we can't run from the fact that it has benefited the NFL generously.
Yeah.
But I mean, at a certain point, bro, we can't keep fucking walking this narrative line. Like she's Taylor Swift. She's great at what she does. The machine that Travis Kelce is a part of is great at what they do.
Yeah.
And it'd be crazy to think that the Niners have anything to do with this Taylor Swift narrative. They want to go win a fucking championship.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, they're going to come in a little pissed off. So I do say that last week when I took the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Baltimore Ravens, I fed into the Swift narrative heavy. I don't think I'm not taking the Chiefs because of the Swift narrative this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm literally taking the Chiefs because I think they have a better defense. I think they have the guy that's taking the snaps. He's going to be Brady in our eyes coming in. This is going to be his third one. He's only 25, 26, whatever.
He's 28.
Debatably, when it's all said and
Hey,
done,
Nick,
this guy.
watch out.
Debatably, when it's
Stating
said
a
and
fact, and
done,
it's wrong.
when it's said and done, this guy might. I mean, we're watching.
It's hard to get 7 though.
That's hard.
Oh no,
yeah.
I know it's hard to get 7.
He's only
but
sitting at 2, but I think this is going to be his third one.
See,
He might fall off a cliff a little bit. Shout out Max
the
Kellerman.
thing is that
but-
keeps them on track.
just
They
saying
go
that
and get
'cause-
this bowl. They go and get this bowl. The window continues to stay
And it's the
open.
first
See
back
that?
to it's the first back to back that hasn't happened since the Patriots.
Yeah.
With Brady back in fucking
That's a
03,
narrative,
And
too.
that's
04, yeah.
exactly what I'm about to say. I didn't see that Max Kellerman
is the
clip,
LeBron-
but that's the only reason Max Kellerman said that is because Tom Brady won 3 of his last 4 or 3 of his first 4 and then didn't win one for like 10 years. So you're just saying he's going to fall off because that's what Brady did? It's kind of a whack take in my opinion.
I mean,
But no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying Max. It's kind of a dumb take.
I was
talking about
agreeing with
Max
him.
Kellerman
That's probably why
right
I
now.
got kicked off first take for saying dumb shit like that.
Hey, I'll
What an
forever,
idiot.
I'll forever love Max Kellerman for the Iguodala take. But other than,
That's got to be the greatest take in sports history.
yeah, but other than that,
The Martians got the death beam. I want Iguodala.
Yeah, but other than that, I could care less. I could really care
That had to
less.
have been
He said
scripted.
so many dumb things over the years.
You know what? What's the ESPN show was my favorite of all time? One was PTI, and then 2 was what's the guy, the Hispanic dude, the Viva La, and they would have it was like
Oh, they had
his
the
dad?
they had
The
the
old dad?
Migos. They had the
Yeah.
Mi-
His
yeah, they had
dad.
the
It was,
Migos on there.
yeah, they were awesome, bro. That was a great show.
I don't remember the name of that show. It came on right after Pardon the Interruption.
Yeah, it was like Viva La something or something along that line. They were like down in Miami.
and they
It was a great show. Great
yeah,
show.
that was a good show.
So I want to get into a little bit about the coin flip a little bit because I've been doing a
Oh yeah,
lot.
well,
I've been
why
doing
don't we just run down our
Yeah.
fun props? Because literally, I have written right here fun props.
For
That's
sure.
that's what I got.
well, it's
Let's
not fun
do
for
it.
me because I'm down so bad. I got to make some kind of money on these props.
And we've spent some good time talking about it as we should because it is the Super Bowl. But let's speed it up just a little bit. Spit on
let's
dragon
fucking
on.
throw it into
yeah.
gear here.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. So you want to go with yours?
Yeah, I'll
first?
hammer down real quick. So
I got
my
a couple too.
my fun props. This one's not. I mean, it's fun, but it's just. I mean, at plus money, why not take it from my standpoint? Patrick Mahomes plus 120 for the MVP. I mean, anyone who thinks Travis Kelce is going to win the MVP listens to too much fucking Taylor Swift. It's not happening. Heads on the coin flip, and that's strictly because I'm a tails never fails guy. So I'm going to fade myself on that and
okay.
go heads. You guys heard my clear or water take on the Gatorade. That's that. I found this one. It is God, I don't think I wrote it down. I think it was like plus 130. I believe it was plus 130. The Drake curse. Y'all didn't find the Taylor Swift one, but the Drake curse. What does Drake come out wearing? Who is he repping sports wise?
I think he's been writing. He's repping KC.
Chiefs.
I think.
Well,
yeah.
Chiefs,
he's minus
100%.
190 Chiefs gear. I'm on Niners gear for plus 130.
Ooh,
Risky.
I haven't seen that prop, but I like the Chiefs, so I'd like to fade
Okay.
you right there.
And then another one, first TV ad. These are. It's not the very first. It gives you 2 companies, and you choose who comes first. First TV ad, Popeyes versus Dove. And I'm not.
Gotta take Popeyes there.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely on Dove only because I
What
just,
the fuck?
Well,
I just think there's a bit more of a money powerhouse. You gotta think it costs money to put these ads out, and I
True.
think there's a bit more of a money powerhouse behind Dove than there is Popeyes. And I could be totally
True,
wrong.
but
I don't
see-
know the facts on that.
see, that's weird because I worked in advertising, so they know the order of what's going on before the Super Bowl starts. So
Yeah, they
the,
already
so the
know.
sports book knows what's going to win there.
I mean, I don't think the sports book maybe does,
I
unless
guess,
they have that
okay,
information.
I guess that's true. Maybe they don't have that information
That'd
if
be
they're
a bit
not
unfair
talking.
for them to
But the
place on.
NFL knows who's going to win that.
Oh, yeah, they
100%.
already have the set.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's so weird they would allow us to put money on it. I'd never heard of that kind of a bet. That's cool.
yeah, I took it, and
Yeah.
it's just it's a pick 'em. It's -120 for Dove. It was -110 for Popeyes, and then
I'd go Popeyes for sure.
so
Louisiana,
That's where, yeah,
fast. I'm at Theo Vaughn. I like Theo for that reason.
take whatever you like, but longest TD over 37.5. That's also a -110 pick 'em. I like I said, there's gonna be electric plays, and I'm gonna go off that. I think there will be a
So how are you
longer.
gonna say there's gonna be electric plays but still take the under?
Because there
Can
can
you
be
just let
electric
me
plays.
play into what I got going on? I have a vision of what's gonna take place in the Super Bowl, and you have yours.
And sometimes I feel like you've never watched a football game. Some of the things
I
that you
mean,
say.
not sober, but. And then also my last fun prop is first coaches challenge play stands +105.
Oh, I like that.
That's a good one.
Who do you think burns the first time out?
If I'd say who has to burn their first time out, I could. That's tough. It really just plays into whose defense rattles the first quarterback. But I'd say,
I'd go Niners.
Yeah. If I'd had to
Chiefs
say, I'd
been
say,
there, got a lot of experience. I'd go Niners for sure.
Yeah,
to
I
call
think
one,
I'd take Niners.
to not get a third and long.
Because
Because
like you said, like
Yeah.
where the Niners may be rattled, the Chiefs may not be because of the
They've been
experience
there.
in the situation.
Yeah.
But go ahead, fire off
I
your
agree.
fun props.
So yeah, let's
Cool.
hear your fun
All right,
ones.
so it's not really fun props for me because
You're
they've
gonna
been
lose.
Yeah,
having
these can't be
'Cause they're
fun
gonna
props.
lose.
Yeah.
they've been having a great time during the
Might as well
playoffs.
call this the dono section.
So they've been kind of half and half throughout the entire playoff run.
Yeah, I'm
I've been getting
sitting
my
at 500.
ass kicked, absolute ass kicked. So I'm at the point where I have to make some money.
This heads and tails really matters for Haynes.
I have to make some money on these. So I was looking at the lines recently, and it's +260, which is crazy odds for Kansas City to win the coin toss. So I'm taking
What?
+260 on the Kansas
It's
City
plus
Chiefs.
money on both of them, though.
Yeah, it's plus money, whatever. I mean, it's
How?
not half and half. Here, look, I'll show you right now.
Well, yeah, because it
Well,
can't
someone
really
has to win. How can it be plus money on both? You could just take both.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
What are you looking at?
Well, Kansas City Chiefs win the coin toss +260 for yes.
Yeah,
about
no is
some
minus
check of that?
370.
So, but if you took yes on both,
What's yes on
then
the Niners?
couldn't you win?
The yes on Niners is +190.
So you could
You
win
could just
money
take both.
either way.
That
That's
can't be
ridiculous.
right.
It is right.
That is a literal loophole.
Oh, well, so if the Chiefs call it and lose,
you
then
can't
neither
take
win.
both.
Yeah. If the Chiefs call tails and it hits heads, neither win, so you lose both bets.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I see what you're saying. I
You
thought
see-
you were just saying
So
out
I'm
of
gonna be
one
taking
to win.
yeah. So I'm gonna be taking
Oh,
that
so-
for plus
Okay, I'm
260,
picking up what you're laying
and
down.
then
How do they decide who? I should know this, but I don't. How do they decide who?
they have
picks?
each helmet on the coin, and they flip it, and then whatever helmet it lands on wins the toss.
No, he said, how do you decide who gets to call it in the air? Is what he was asking, I think.
'Cause
Oh,
you-
it's the away team.
Okay.
So it's the
okay.
Chiefs.
So even though neutral, yeah.
It's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs are gonna call it because the 49ers had the better record.
yeah.
Oh, so that's why it was.
Well, wait.
That's-
The Chiefs are wearing red though, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah.
And
so
and
team
historically,
the
the
team
team-
wearing white's 18-1.
Yeah, it's-
in the
Isn't
last
that
it's
weird?
week.
Isn't that
insane.
weird? Look, you have
Give me the
white
Niners.
and we have red on.
Oh damn, we didn't even plan that.
And we correlated that.
We
pretty
should have
well.
planned that.
That
Well,
was
yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
we did all right.
I'm liking the Niners more. You know what? -2.
This is the
Take it.
Outcast Hawks jersey. I'm not actually an Outcast, or I'm not actually a Hawks fan.
What the fuck? I'm wearing all Hawks gear right here.
I'm a
But-
DeAndre Hunter fan, not so much a Hawks.
So my biggest one that it's going to be an absolute stretch, and I don't want to hear it. You guys just got to hear me out on this one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I'm going to be putting 2 units down on this one, and this is going to be just me. I'm gonna obviously tune into the games. I got Chiefs money line heavy, but for the change to be brought out,
Oh yeah, I did like this one.
for the change to
For
get
the
brought
odds,
out for
this-
one time in the entire game, the
In a
change.
Super Bowl situation.
And the change get brought out, like 4th and inches, whatever. The
No,
change,
it's a good-
Oh.
if
it's
the
a good
change get brought up, it's plus 1,400.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
it really
it is.
It
For
really
the-
is. It's minus like 1,000 for or 10,000 for no or some shit.
Yeah,
like
For the
that.
change to get brought out
I
in a
mean,
game like this,
Dude, he can pull it up. He showed it to
I
me.
would take yes all day.
Yeah.
It's plus 1,400. So this is my biggest
But-
prop that I'm gonna actually. I'm actually putting units down on this one.
Hold on.
We are not
hold
financial
on.
advisors, but
Quick-
I might retire.
Quick intervention. Only thing I can say here is because, like, in a game of inches, like, think about the two. Like, obviously, a catches. It's very rare that it comes down to inches. Like, they usually try to. That's pretty definitive. But as far as like, usually it comes down to like a run play is real close.
Yeah.
McCaffrey and Pacheco are the type of guys who keep their
reach.
feet going, and
Yeah.
they will get that first down without a question.
that's probably why
So
the
I think-
spread is
yeah,
so
I
high.
think that
Okay,
may
so
be
you-
why the odds are so high. Because
Okay.
But there's got to be maybe a third and inches sneak that doesn't
Yeah.
go well, and then as soon as I
what-
see them chains running out, we're taking shots of
Celebrating.
Fortizella. We're
So
good.
what about a team also if they challenge ruling on the field and they bring it out? That counts.
But
That counts,
It
yeah.
counts.
If the chains come onto the field.
the only prop that has this thing going valid is if the chains get brought out onto the field.
I would take that now.
I already am. I'm
don't want
putting
to
a
get
unit
closer to
down
even.
right away.
Bro,
And then
I
we're gonna be
like
watching the
that.
entire game. When it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I'm rooting for a stop, and then
Yeah.
bring the change out. Oh, it's short. I don't care if the 49ers
they
get the
get
first down. I don't give a shit because I got a unit down
mean, shit, if
on
you
the
go a
plus
unit-
1400.
Yeah, if you go a unit on that, and
That
you
takes
lose,
care of 10.
and you lose
Almost
everything
14
else,
units
you're
right
fine.
there.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
get 14 units back right there.
That
so
is-
No, that was a good snipe on your part.
That's
Like
a
I don't
good
have
find.
anything. I don't have anything
Yeah.
like that much plus of odds on my stuff, especially the fun props. I did leave out one thing. Hold on, right before you go, Noah, or not Noah. You'll see why I said Noah. The only thing is
Noah
I have
Gray.
Patrick. Yeah, so I have Patrick Mahomes over on his yards, 262.5.
Okay.
These are game time shits actually.
Yeah.
Noah Gray plus 750 for any time touchdown because I think everyone's going to be feeding so much into the Kelsey thing, and not only that, the defense after they got a lot of
gonna
film.
lock
They got a
him
lot
down.
of film on Kelsey from last week.
Yeah.
This is an option to go 2 tight end set, distract him with one, get him on the other, and on a plus 750. I mean,
I don't hate the no gray shit.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go big on it. You know, I'll try to win like $100 to win 750. That's
So-
what we're
so
doing.
my
and then one last, and then I'll be done. Actually, 2. Chase Young over a 0.5 sacks is plus 220, and I think a lot of pressure. There's gonna be a lot of focus on Bosa. Chase Young will come in and take care of it. Even just because the thing is, you push at half. If he gets a half a sack, that's a push. No harm, no foul. And then I'm gonna do what I did a few weeks back, and I'm gonna take both individual bet,
throw a quarterback.
both quarterbacks to throw an
pick.
interception. Plus 100 for Patty, minus 140 for Purdy. Yeah, but that's where I'm at. All the props, all that, and it'll be sprinkled all over the place. Can't give you a specific unit, barcode, whatever the fuck you want to call that. But I'm gonna be rocking with about 10 units, and I'll disperse. I'll probably go 7.5 on the game.
No, you're using halves now.
Yeah, you're right. 2.5, but I'm gonna use 2.5 for my fun plays. Like have some fun.
Yeah,
with
well,
that
you
shit.
guys didn't get smoked during the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm also not.
I'm chasing a little bit.
But I'm also never dropping 20 units on a football game, guys. Don't do it. If it's just not, never drop 20 units. Period. If you know what you're doing, look at him. He's got sandals on for a reason. Can't afford shoes.
All right.
All right, go through your props real
So
quick.
my
Let's go down here.
props are going to be the plus 1400 on the chains being brought out.
I like-
I
I'm
love that.
I'm taking the plus
Love it.
400
I might take part in
on the
I might
the
put
blue
20 minutes on
Gatorade.
that.
The blue Gatorade, I got plus 400 on that. I got a Pacheco anytime touchdown, and then my biggest one
Yeah, Pacheco
is
keep
going to be
get-
that chain shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pacheco
the
keep
entire
taking
game
I
I'm
love that.
rewatching.
That's fun.
And then I have
That's
a
a
couple
cool
more.
bet.
Like I'm on with you with Patrick Mahomes anytime.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
not
our-
anytime. MVP. That's plus 120. That's free money.
I mean, this is
if the
off the-
Chiefs win, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. So I'm kind of leaning into the narrative
No,
of
this
what
is
I
off the
picked.
top.
So
Next episode, anything that we didn't mention here, we'll vocalize that
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like McCaffrey to get a touchdown. I know it's happened almost
It's like
every
minus
game this year.
280. Man, what a square ass bet.
No, it's not.
I'd
It's
almost
got to
like,
be. It's minus money for sure.
It is minus, but it's not 280. I think it's like 205.
I'd almost say parlay Pacheco and McCaffrey for some plus money, but
Yeah.
money is money at the end
So
of
the
the day.
biggest one that we need to talk about, first touchdown scorer, boom. Who do you guys got?
You go ahead.
Kansas City defense. And I mean that wholeheartedly.
All right, McCaffrey. I'm going McCaffrey. Touchdown.
I'm going Pacheco.
Nah, I got Kansas
yeah.
City defense.
I got-
Read it and weep, or in this case, hear it and weep.
You better sprinkle something on that now.
Yeah.
Because if that shit hits and you don't take it, you'll be sick.
Oh, yeah, it'd be
Because that's a bold
disgusting.
call. I like that. I got one last little fact for you guys real quick. Well, one reason I took the Niners. So Brock Purdy, the last 2-3 years ago at this time, he lost the Cheez-It Bowl
In
Against
college.
Clemson.
against Clemson. You know those
Who did he
commercials.
play for again?
Iowa State.
Okay.
Those commercials are solid. I like the I woke up feeling cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
You know
They got a
I
new
woke
one,
up
too.
feeling cheesy, coach.
Hey, shout out to Noah.
Yeah. So I got to say, he has a chance to be the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl after losing in front of Prince Chedward. And that, I
Who the
think,
fuck's
is
Prince
a fact.
Chedward?
Fucking
It's
the
one of the
Cheez-It
guys?
guy. Yeah.
He's not in the locker room. Is this like a different commercial? He's like got a.
Do you think he
That's his
woke up
name.
feeling cheesy?
That's his name. Yeah.
The guy in the locker room is Prince Chedward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Was it funny? All right. Well,
No, are you being serious? Is that actually his name?
they're not all going to be zingers, but
Yeah.
yeah. I thought that was a good one.
No,
but
no,
anyway,
I was
guess-
lost in translation.
I mean, I'm excited to watch this game, see what happens. I think I'll be on the right side. Might have to buy 2 clown noses next week when both these guys are wrong in Super Bowl.
I can't wait for the
58
host
ends in the
to wear the
49ers.
clown nose.
Hey, and I will gladly and proudly if the Chiefs beat. Even though I said the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl every single week we made a podcast, I'm flipping at the last second and I'm rocking with the Niners.
No. Put her here. I'll hold it. You don't have to do it, but look, I'll shake to it.
Let's hear it.
You don't have to do it. I mean, you can decide your end of the bet.
Yeah.
But for me, if the Chiefs lose, I'm not. If the Chiefs don't cover, because I got the points.
Okay.
If the Chiefs don't cover, I'll come in here next week with a full clown suit, the
Two-
whole shebang,
2.5 or 2?
painted my face and all. Pause.
Okay. 2.
Yeah, we'll take 2
All right.
plus 2.
Hell yeah.
And
We
then-
got to get this clown nose off me, boys.
And then if decide something. If he loses, what does he got to do? I was
what
gonna
do I
say
gotta
come in
do?
barefoot, but that's weird. I don't want to see your toes.
No, he's going to come in full Chiefs
Yeah, I'm
gear
already
and look
seeing
like an
his.
absolute
Oh, we're
idiot.
all Chiefs gear. We don't have Chiefs gear.
I have Chiefs gear.
Okay.
I wear some Chiefs gear.
What the hell is he wearing 49ers
I
shit?
got all the shirts.
This guy
man.
shops at what's that store?
Sports
Fanatics?
Treasures.
Sports Fanatics or something.
Yeah, I got all the shirts. I got all the shirts.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
he's
my
shopping.
thing.
He looks like
Whenever
he's
I
shopping
bet-
at Baby Gap.
Whenever
But
I,
Dude, you got on Tommy Bahama.
So-
sandals, dude.
So whenever I
You
bet
got
on a
me
team,
there.
I wear the shirt. It's just a thing that I do. So I got all the teams.
No, you're
But-
doing. I think
Yeah, man.
respectfully, I did not
Yeah.
nail the colors. You just wore Hawks gear when we
Well-
didn't spew any more than
Hawks
20.
to the Eastern Conference Finals. Calling
Actually,
it now.
hold on. Quick, just to put it on the pod because they are in a 4-game win streak. Let's see if they got the Trump. If they
They
beat
triumphed
the
against the
Clips.
Clippers.
Did they do it? Oh my God! It's in. They scored so many points. No, they lost.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not over, but they're down 6 with less than a minute.
Yeah, we're done.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get on out of here, man. We thank you guys for listening to the Spread of Texas podcast.
Super
Like-
Bowl!
Super Bowl.
Edition. Like a comment at the bottom of the video, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Cheers to the Slays.